Hello guys, I am Ender Possible, but you can call me Ender. I'm the developer of the upcoming horror indie game, The Weep. Right now, I am a solo developer. I have always been interested in game development and devlogs, especially devlogs like Wishbone Games' and Blargus'. Since I've decided to begin creating my own game, I think it'd be nice to make my own devlog as well. My game, for now called The Weeping, is a slow-paced horror game with an average realistic style. One of my favorite horror games is Outlast, because of its style, gameplay, and general vibe. Stuff I especially like is the level design and the need for exploration. My goal with this game is to sort of combine that with the idea of a weeping angel-like system, kind of like Vigil, except the main difference is that its style and lore is way different to my idea. The softwares I've decided to use are Unity and Blender, because I've learned Blender in the past, and Unity because the device I'm using can't really handle having things like Unreal. At this point, I had decided what my game was about and what I would make it, so it was time for me to begin. I started off with building a basic scene with an angel statue and a floor that I textured with a tutorial. Then I began working on the player controller, and dude, it sucked. Even though I was following the tutorial wouldn't work at all until I restarted it and followed it the exact same way. Then magically it started working for some reason. I don't even know what I did wrong. Then I started setting up the scene, setting up my angel in the correct position, and giving it a spotlight that I made from particles. I also scaled up the terrain by a lot. I then started making text dialogue with a script, and it was seriously so difficult. First, the text wouldn't even appear at all, and then the text wouldn't disappear. It was a full battle, but unfortunately, with the help of AI, I had to get it done. Next up on my to-do list was rain, and I followed the tutorial for it. Unfortunately, I don't have any clips of that though, and the rain ended up looking kind of bad, so right now, I'm working on something better looking. I didn't have much left to do in the scene, other than setting up an interaction system and adding borders, so I started making borders first. It was really simple. I just set up borders with text that appear when you interact with it, and more text if you're still there after a while. After that, I needed to start setting up my interaction system so that the player could get out of the level. My first idea was to start the transition after colliding with a trigger, but I decided to scrap that because it was a little too immediate. I wanted the player to feel like they could choose. So I watched a tutorial that could allow for an interaction system that was also scalable. I found this really great one that worked perfectly for my intentions and needs. After that, I started working on the cutscene, which was pretty easy. I just needed to pan the camera to an empty so that I could add some procedural shaking. The actual shake script was on the camera itself, while the animation took place on an empty. My idea for the cutscene was that you look at the statue, then you raise your hand to touch it. I haven't gone to the hand part yet, though. I created a script that managed things during the cutscene, like not allowing the player to move during it and turning off the player's mesh so it wouldn't disrupt the cutscene. It was kind of simple. I just had this one problem where the camera would fall to the floor, and that's because I would switch off the player's game object entirely so there was no collision. I fixed that by turning off the mesh renderer only. So basically, that's kind of everything I've done in the game so far. I've worked on a little bit of other stuff, but that's for another devlog. For this devlog, I was mainly just trying to report what I've done so far. I was just trying to fill you guys in with what I've been trying to do. I truly believe I can finish this game, and I hope it can take me somewhere. As for my actual gaming channel, I think I'm fully done with that now. I really don't play online games anymore, and I have quite a lot of work piling up. I believe every 1 to 2 months you all should receive a devlog to fill you guys in with my progress in the game. And yeah, so that's everything. For those that stayed till the end of the video, thank you so much for your time, and peace out.